Hello, Harley dealers. Thanks so much for joining us today. My name is Haley Holland. I'm the marketing programs manager here at Dealer Spike. Very excited to be speaking with you again today. Couldn't be more excited to kick things off. Today we're going to be covering quite a few things. To start off, we're going to meet our speakers, Tom McHugh and Ronnie Coulomb. We're also going to look at, why would you choose Dealer Spike? Look at our websites and how they compare to others. Focus on some digital marketing strategies and solutions that Dealer Spike has to offer, as well as focusing on some new tools that we have recently rolled out that you might not be familiar with. And then wrap things up with some program benefits that might be news to you, or just a quick recap. And we've saved some time at the end of this presentation to answer any questions that you might have regarding our involvement in the Harley-Davidson digital dealer program. So we couldn't be more excited to kick things off. Without further ado, I'd love to welcome my two speakers today, Tom and Ronnie. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hey, this is Tom McHugh, Sales Manager at Dealer Spike. Thanks for having us. We're excited to take you through the show here.
And hi, my name is Ronnie Coulomb. I'm also one of our digital marketing sales managers here at Dealer Spike. Very excited to be partnering back up with Harley-Davidson and say hello to some old friends.
That's right.
Good to be back.
Absolutely. All right, so let's look at, why would a dealer select Dealer Spike? Tom?
Awesome. So we've, going on 11 years here, myself that I've been here, we've really tried to make the Dealer Spike brand a little bit more than just a website company and more, a digital marketing solution where we're taking the best dealers and we're really, taking their feedback and building this platform the way it should be. So from our design, all the way through the filters we pick, the way our inventory module looks, a lot of that success has come from signing top dealers, especially Harley-Davidson dealers, and asking them for their feedback and really developing our platform to be, not only power sports first, but Harley-Davidson first. So that's been a big part of why Dealer Spike has been so successful on the Harley-Davidson name. The biggest thing when it comes to Dealer Spike that we always like to start with is we're a results company. The biggest thing we want you to take away from this demo is that if you choose Dealer Spike, you're getting into a partnership where we're going to deliver at least a minimum of a 30% increase in leads. We get into how we do this later on in the presentation and really dive a little deeper into some user stories and some of the success that we've seen here. And 30% is really the minimum. We've seen such great results when dealers pick our platform. And these are not just leads, they're trade-ins, they're finance apps, they're things that really help you sell more units. Our premium websites, we'll get into the way it looks, the way it feels, starting with how do we design our websites when you sign up with Dealer Spike. A lot of our marketing strategy really has to do with how can we make it a consistent, path from the mobile device through a tablet on the desktop. We want to make sure that a customer does not need to have 20 or 30 clicks. They should have one or two. They should be able to filter exactly to what they want, on whatever device that they're on here. And the experience should really feel the same on every device that they come through. ADA compliance. This is something that we like to lead off with because right now with your website, having it designed properly, having it secure, those are very important things. You want to make sure that your information you're gathering on a website is safe. And now, especially in the last couple of years, making sure that you are ADA compliant is very important. It's the same as if you have a dealership and you go put some handicap parking spots out in your parking lot. We do this for compliancy. We do this to make sure that somebody who's in a wheelchair or who is ADA can, have an easier accessibility into your dealership there. The same is true online. We need to make sure that, someone can get on your website and be read it, or, have a device that is telling us what's on here if they're visually impaired or colorblind or things like that. There's a lot of things that ADA can help not only make your experience better, but also just protect yourselves and make sure that you're doing everything you can in this world to stay away from legal lawsuits and things like that. Some of the stats you'll see here: 19% of the U.S. population has a disability, where this could be, 1 in 5 people are affected by this, and 60% of ADA website compliancy. Retail accounted for 60% of ADA website compliance lawsuits. So right now, by having a dealership and having a website, you're also a target. So it is very much, play by the rules and make sure you're doing everything you can to protect yourself. Premium websites for dealers. So website designs that stand out, that's very important. We always start with design. We build mobile front, so starting with the cell phone, making sure the tablet looks good, making sure the desktop looks good, but making sure that everything really works together. Having an inventory management system that can work with a DMS, that can work with a CRM, making sure that your website, you're able to track analytics, you're able to see, is everything converting at the right rates we're shooting for? Dealer Spike can help with that by giving you the industry standards and by helping set some benchmarking goals and things to go after. Making sure that your inventory is ranking well on Google, that it's got the proper geotagging, that we have some SEO built into your site. Really just building your site from the ground up. A lot of websites are set it and forget it, and Dealer Spike likes to come in and enhance those and make sure that you're constantly growing, and every year you should be chasing last year's results and trying to be one rank higher on Google. Complacency is really not part of our premium website package here. Some must-haves for your website: a click-to-call feature. Nowadays, so many people are on a mobile device, and even if they're on a desktop, their next step is to grab your address, put you in their GPS, and they need click-to-call, they need click-to-address, all of those things where we can send it right to maps, we can get it in your car and get them right to your dealership. Like we've mentioned, having a mobile-friendly experience, not only just for going through and getting directions, but nowadays people are filling out finance forms right on their cell phone. A lot of the information is already auto-populated, so it's even easier to get through a finance form on your cell phone than a desktop. Easy to find dealership contact information, like I said, but really putting these as call to action buttons in their own is important when we're building out the website.
Tom, I see a quick question that just came in from a dealer. They're asking, it's relevant to this slide, but are our mobile finance applications, are those secure?
They are. So everything that we put on our website is secure. So if you jump on any Dealer Spike website and go to the top and look at the URL there, when you're in the finance section, that secure button will, it will say secure next to your URL to make sure that not only you, but your shoppers know that they can go ahead and trust, putting their information in a place like this. Great question. A couple of must-haves just from the showroom side of it is, we like to make this easy for dealers. So we know that you're busy. We know that if we can grab information from a DMS, put it in there, that makes it easier for you. But also every year we come through and we do automatic updates. We'll put in the new showroom that comes in, all the new specs, everything like that. So when you are getting inventory, we expect it to be so easy for you to put in that, a couple fields and it's auto-populated everything for you. One other thing that's very important for our showroom is being able to advertise in different methods by putting, a big part of our approach here is putting monthly payments on our website, or getting creative with different ways we can put those images on our website and things like that. So there's two different sections here: the showroom of our actual inventory, where it's all coming, it's our new stuff. We've got these awesome looking fat navigations for you, and you can see different views. So having a grid view where I could see 12 different units at once versus only seeing 1 or 2. Expanding these filters where I can search by the monthly payment or by price or by my budget. These are all the ways that we can save clicks and we can really raise your conversion rate and drive people right into the bike that's right for them, get them right into a call to action button. One other little section we wanted to show you is how it looks on a cell phone. So on a desktop, yeah, it's great to see 10, 12 different units at a time. On a cell phone, we want to make sure that if you're halfway down the page, you can still get back and redo your filters. So in this video, it shows, I may have made a filter selection, I'm scrolling, I'm looking, I'm not finding what I'm looking for, then we're able to still go back and make a change there. One thing that we've really liked to enhance on our system here is our admin tool. And what we're trying to deliver here for dealers is give you a quick view at your stats, give you a quick view at your leads, but also give you the ability to get in and change almost everything. You can get into content, you can get into your hours. There's a lot of your website that you have access to get right into. Sending out a newsletter, changing a banner, anything like that, all can be done at your fingertips. You also get an account rep to help with this though. So if this seems overwhelming, it's something that you can either dive really deep into, or you can just kind of set it and forget it and let the experts help with as well. DMS integration, I've talked about it a few times, but this is really an important step for our dealers to make sure that they've got the most successful website out there. If you're doing manual entry, we can still make, our system's very easy to use, so it's not gonna be the end of the world. But if you have a dealer management system like Talon or like Lightspeed, it's really important that we try to sync these up and save you some time. This can help, automatically take units off of your website. It can make sure that pricing and, any type of changes that are made in your Talon or your CDK, they go right to your website to really make sure that you're saving steps and just having the most accurate information up there at all times. Outgoing integrations, equally as important. So getting everything on your website, we want to make sure, that we give you really good data, excuse me. But outgoing and pushing out to Chopper Exchange, Cycle Trader, Auto Trader, any, Craigslist, eBay, any of these outgoing avenues that you want to make sure you're advertising to, all should be done at the click of a button and all can be automated through our feeds team here. Premium website end-to-end technical support. So having a support team that you can email into, a support team you can call into. We're open 6 days a week from 6 to 6 on the West Coast here. But you also get a dedicated account rep. So we have a support, but you really do have a name and a person that you can go to as well. Some of the user stories, like I was talking about earlier, we offer a 30% guaranteed increase in leads. And these dealers that come to us, they're seeing 4 to 5 times as many leads, 488% increase in leads right here over their prior provider that they were with. And a few more that we've got here, 372% increase and a 365%. These are very consistent. Most of the dealers, we offer a 30% increase in leads, but it really is in the 2 to 3 times the amount of leads that they end up getting. And these aren't just fluff leads. These are leads that come in from call to actions, their finance apps, their trade-ins. They're things that are really going to drive business for you.
Great. And then before you jump into that, I do see a couple of hands raised from our listeners asking, I'm interpreting that as asking for help how to submit questions. There is a question section in your control panel. Feel free to drop those in at any time. Sorry, Ron, back to you.
No, that's okay. Definitely appreciate it, Tom. I know Dealer Spike started and really sharpened its teeth with Harley-Davidson. Our first client was Harley-Davidson client. We only grew our company from there. And it's evolved from a website hosting company and design company to a digital marketing provider, like Tom mentioned earlier. So we wanted to make sure to let all of our Harley partners know about our lead boosting digital solutions as well. So today we're going to go over not just our websites, but also all the different aspects that Dealer Spike can bring to the table and helping generate you the perfect online showroom, online dealership that's going to help drive traffic, convert leads, and ultimately grow your sales. So with Dealer Spike, we have an entire digital marketing suite from beginning to end. As Tom mentioned, our sites are built with SEO in mind, but we do have an entire team of Google certified SEO and SEM team members here, and Facebook Facebook team members here as well. So we're going to cover a number of different products, from our search engine optimization, which is designed to optimize your website in the places that mean the most, your inventory, to add content and to even help grow on YouTube. Search engine marketing, which is that instant lights on, drive traffic, drive leads, how we're going to differentiate ourselves from other providers, how you're going to differentiate yourself from other dealerships, and help make sure that 24/7 you guys are taken care of on the Google Ads front. We'll also touch on Facebook ads, really how to highly target some user engagement, how to reach new leads and new prospective writers. And then also targeted digital advertising, anything from cross-device lead generation to the infamous geofencing, and new ways to do so. Gone are the days of just geofencing specific areas. We're going to talk about how to even get down to the specific household of potential buyers who own motorcycles that aren't Harleys. As we continue on, we'll get into each and every single one of those. Starting with search engine optimization, our team here at DealerSpike looks at SEO as really the foundation of their home. You have a home in your website. Your website is your online dealership. In order for it to be performing at its best, we really need to ensure that it's up to date all the time. So with our help here at DealerSpike, we have you covered when it comes to your website needs, when it comes to automating your inventory into our websites from your DMS system with outgoing feeds. But also, we need to take a look at the content that you're putting into your website. Are the content within your pages going stale? Have you changed that content lately? Do you have the time to do so? So with our team here at DealerSpike, our SEO programs are designed to take it a step further. Obviously, with SEO, you want to really aim at seizing that top spot, and we do so by a number of different strategies. We look at the keyword analysis on each and every single page that you have. What's driving traffic? What kind of searches are driving traffic, all the way down to specific models in specific cities around you. We aim to drive high quality content that's going to get you to the top of those Google searches, that's going to allow for the best user experience. So when they get to the top of that Google search, they're then finding the most relevant answer that's taking them to a relevant page. If I'm looking for a specific family and a specific year, a new motorcycle, I want to land on something that I'm specifically looking for, and that's what our team does. We get into content creation and all the way down to reputation management. And one thing that we pride ourselves in is not just getting you ranking higher, but again, the relevancy of getting you ranking higher drips down all the way down to leads and lead increase. Dealers who have added on any SEO package onto the DealerSpike platform have seen a 20% increase in leads from those who have not opted in for an SEO platform with DealerSpike. As we can see, statistics are not just made for website leads. We are driving more impressions, and impressions are what get you seen. The more you're seen, the more you're going to get clicked on. So we had a Harley dealer who increased 143% of their impressions, and that's during COVID. We had another dealer who saw a 79% increase in conversions. And for those of you asking what's a conversion, that is a lead. That is a phone call or a lead form to your dealership, and a 79% increase in conversions of highly targeted customers who are looking for products that you have.
Ronnie, that dealer that saw 79% increased conversions also saw a 300% increase in web traffic. So huge improvement despite COVID.
Yeah, and that's amazing to hear. It's a long-lasting effect, SEO. You can't really turn that off. The work that we do is invaluable. One of the great things about our SEO is that we are completely transparent. You will know exactly what you are getting out of this product and how well it's doing for you. We have in-depth SEO reporting and monthly consultations. Like Tom said, you're going to have an account manager. These account managers are the masters of everything DealerSpike. They're going to be the people that can help you get new info onto your website, but then also they're going to be able to go over these SEO and digital marketing reports with you. So we'll cover everything from the amount of clicks that have increased, impressions, return visits, total visits, leads, and really dive into where geographically and organically you are getting your leads from. One of the great things about our reports is we take it a step further. We are now rolling out with quarterly reports that allow our customers to understand, not just from a month-to-month basis what they're getting from these products, but a summary and really a strategy as to how we're performing month to month and also quarter to quarter. So it really allows for each dealer to see growth and the plan for the next 6 months for our SEO product. From there, we get into search engine marketing. Search engine marketing is almost a necessity these days. As we see the majority of traffic come in from a mobile device, like Tom mentioned, having a mobile-friendly website and a website that's going to convert on a mobile device should be the top priority for every single dealership, that Harley has. So with our SEM, we look to convert those people who are searching from a mobile device or from a desktop device or whatever device it may be. But that top position is really what's going to convert people into website leads and traffic and ultimately buyers. With our SEM program, we have invested a lot of strategy into our AI. And our AI really is what drives not only the best performance for our dealerships, but it's AI-driven display ads, it's AI-driven search ads, ads that can be based on inventory count. So if we have a certain amount of vehicles left in stock, I know how crazy inventory has been lately. If you're down to only 3 bikes left in stock of a particular model, we can have call to action buttons going around the number of those bikes left and the type of that bike, so that when someone does the search, they're going to know there's only 3 left and to hurry in and buy now. All the way down to weather and dynamic drive time. So we'll understand where that person is doing that search from and be able to dynamically tell them how long of a drive it is to your front door. From there, we really want to help connect ROI for our dealerships. One area that makes Dealer Spike stand out from the crowd is the ability for us to be able to say to our dealerships, great, we were able to take your budget this month and we were able to get this many people to see your ads, this many people to click into your website, this many people to leave leads, and here's the list of people who left the leads. So we'll go over lead attribution here in a little bit, but we just rolled this out for Facebook as well. And it's really helped our dealers identify with where they're putting their money and put trust into a provider like Dealer Spike to really not work for them just 24/7, 365 with our AI, but to provide them and their GMs and their owners with the satisfaction of knowing, great, these leads turned into sales. And from there on average, our dealers see an increase in leads of about 20 to 40% depending on their ad spend.
That's amazing. Ronnie, I do have a question from a dealer. It just popped up about Facebook ads specifically. They asked, is Facebook ads typically cheaper than the usual Google ads? Is that a better avenue if I haven't had a lot of success with Google ads?
Sure. I would say if you haven't had a lot of success with Google ads, look at your partner that you're using. Google ads should translate into leads and conversions for you. And if it's not, we'd love to help you out. But with Facebook ads, it can be. It totally depends on where you are geographically. That's always going to play a role in how many people are in the market and how many people are looking for products that you have. But then also, because Facebook is so full of content and people posting all the time, it's not where people are going to make an ultimate decision. However, it will keep your brand top of mind. So because of that, we're not expecting as many clicks, but we do want to find low funnel customers who have a high rate of conversion. And that's really where our AI steps in and helps identify those potential customers.
Awesome. Thanks for that question, dealer.
With our SEM, I keep talking about it, but SEM really is a light switch. It identifies customers, not just using our AI, but using the ability to track customers who have gone to your website to provide them with the most relevant ad and inventory that maybe they have seen and just finished browsing. With our SEM services, we're not only able to target them with search ads, but we've had for quite some time dynamic display ads. And what those are is essentially following someone around with the display ad of the unit that they were just looking at. So if they're looking at a road glide and they decide to leave the site and don't convert, well, chances are, because they were looking at a vehicle, they're more than likely closer or farther down that funnel to convert. So we're going to take the time to not just give them a bland, we don't want to give them a bland display ad. We want to target them with a specific unit that they're looking for. So we use our dynamic display ads to do so. We help find the ideal audience. Our ongoing ad optimization is taken care of by our AI. And again, ROI and results are what it comes down to, and that's where DealerSpike prides itself. From there, more success stories. Our partner over at House of Thunder, Harley-Davidson, saw a 143% increase in their conversions. And again, that's just not just a phone call or a lead. That is a phone call where we can say how long that phone call lasted, what that phone call came from, what type of ad that came from, what kind of lead form they filled out. So Tom mentioned, not just a lead, but what type of lead? Is it a get a quote? Is it financing? How are these customers converting? And then we're able to list out those customers who filled out those forms. Another Harley dealer in Florida, very competitive area, saw 95% increase in their conversions over this last year. And that's, again, during COVID. So we're very excited to be able to provide these types of results and with our partners here at Harley-Davidson. And like I mentioned before with our SEO, with every digital marketing product that DealerSpike has, we pride ourselves in our reporting and our lead attribution. As you can see here, we've screenshotted some areas of our reports that really highlight what matters most for our dealerships, from the amount of clicks you get to your website for your budget, our click-through rate, which is typically double the industry average, our conversions and what types of conversions, the phone calls, how many were missed, received, how many manual dialed, the area code in which they came in from, and what caused that person to click to call. What type of ad was it? All the way down to the refer, which we can see in the top right. It really does allow us to take a look at not just how many leads we got, but what types of leads we got from our paid ads here at DealerSpike. Next, we have our premium directory management. Premium directory management is a must these days, especially when we look towards the voice search and different search availability we have from different devices, from vehicles these days. Everything is coming with a voice search and the ability to make things easier for customers. And with these different abilities to do searches, including voice search, they use all of these different directory managements to ensure that they're providing our customers with the very best answer. So DealerSpike goes out and optimizes all of those different premium directories so that no matter where somebody is doing a search, whether it's from Yelp, Google, Facebook, City Search, Yellow Pages, you are found with the consistent information across all of those. And one of the most important tools these days is reputation management. We all know that everyone's shopping online first and foremost. With COVID, it's made foot traffic maybe a little bit slower. And I know we're all hoping for a turn in tide, and we're seeing that right now. But first and foremost, people are going online to ensure that where they're going is a reputable place, especially with Harley-Davidson. Your dealerships have worked so hard to build a brand that you need potential customers to see how well you've taken care of your customers and grown your family there at your dealership. Our reputation management services offers an easy way for customers to funnel through and leave positive testimonials on highly trafficked sites like Google and Facebook, but then capture negative reviews in-house so that we're alerting the manager of that particular department or the GM of that negative experience and handling it before it ever gets to Google or Facebook. We're then able to provide those reviews back onto a dealership website to really help grow that brand and help those customers understand, hey, welcome to my Harley-Davidson dealership. Here's the reputation that I have and that I've worked super hard to earn. And that's something to be proud of. And then recently we just rolled out our digital sales tools. So these are designed to enhance the online shopping experience and are add-ons to our website to help drive more traffic and more leads for our dealerships. So we'll start with one of the most popular add-ons that our dealers have added to date, and that is our 360 walk-around application. The idea here is to bring the shopping to the customer's cell phone or to that customer's laptop and just have them be able to shop and walk around that bike from home. We know that being able to show high quality images is going to help convert a customer at a higher rate. Well, we take that one step further with a 360 walk around. It allows your salesperson to go out on the lot. They'll know exactly what bikes do and don't have 360 walk around. It syncs with your website on the hour, every hour. It publishes to the website in under 30 minutes for each bike. And really what we've seen is that the images, or the bikes, excuse me, that have walk around images on them spend 20% less time on the site. And some dealers have seen as high as 50%, meaning those bikes who have 360 walk around spend half as much time on the website because those things have sold faster. So it's a great way to really future-proof your dealership as you move into a different way of retail shopping for motorcycles. And next, we have one that I'm super excited about. We have partnered with Podium, and it's our premium text tool engineered by Podium, and it's sold exclusively through DealerSpike. So with Podium's premium text that we're offering, not only are we offering this at an attractive price point that I don't want to say far supersedes the price that you're going to find anywhere else, but I would like to challenge that for you to find that out for yourselves. But it also allows our customers to be able to text on the go. So, gone are the days of not missing a phone, or excuse me, of missing a phone call and not being able to reach out to a potential customer. These customers can now reach out to you and you can reach out to them as you're walking the lot. So being able to text a customer, capture any kind of a lead and push that over to your CRM. As long as they accept a ADF XML, sorry about that, lead format, we'll be able to push over any kind of lead. We can also capture any kind of correspondence through Facebook Messenger. So it really offers a bottleneck for you to be able to capture any kind of lead that somebody's looking to talk to you or your member of your dealership. And it also allows us to be able to capture payments. So if you're looking to put a down payment on a bike or reserve a bike with a down payment, or pay for a helmet online, or any kind of online transaction, we are now able to offer that to our dealers to help drive more revenue. From there, we have live web chat. We know that there are customers who like to text. We know that those customers are going to convert, but then we also have customers who like to be able to get their answers while they're on their website. It is shown that dealerships who have a live web chat on their website convert customers at a higher rate. It's because they're providing their customers with the best answers at the most optimal time. So again, we can hook up with your Facebook Messenger. We can capture customers on the website, understand which pages drove them to interact with you, and continually make sure that each and every single department of your dealership is able to communicate to potential customers. And one of the most important digital sales tools is Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace allows for in-market customers to shop inventory that you have there at the dealership. With DealerSpike, we have the best Facebook Marketplace integration that optimizes and feeds your inventory listings to Facebook Marketplace hourly. We list over our current inventory, so that's new and pre-owned. And the idea here is to make sure that you're capturing audiences no matter where they're found. We all know how important and how large of an audience Facebook is, so why not make sure that your inventory is seen there as well? And continuing on with the automated listings, we also are able to push out your inventory to partners such as Craigslist and eBay. Whether you're looking to post what you want and where you want it, you want to customize the ad and design the ad content. The idea here is to drive shoppers to your units and to really make sure that your inventory is seen all across different marketplaces that your customers may be visiting.
All right, now the best part is the packages that we've rolled out. Now, if you're, carrying other brands and you've seen other, maybe you have another company that works with Dealer Spike that's not Harley, I apologize already, but this is the most aggressive packages we've ever released. So I want to run you through them real quickly here, starting with Silver. So with everything Ronnie's just talked about, all of the portions of the what I'll call add-ons to my first part of this presentation, you'll be able to pick those and add them to any package that you choose here. So as I run down our standard entry level, we'll call it Silver, you're going to get everything I talked about. A custom website, you're going to get the Harley showroom. If you have Talon, we can go ahead and throw that in as well. We're going to give you the ability to have ADA compliancy on your website and be able to use that tool. You're getting full support. You're going to get that customer success rep that I mentioned. So a real dedicated person to help with your feeds, with your support, with everything. And we're going to throw in a pick one option for you. So the pick one option, you'll be able to pick any one of these listed below at no additional cost there. For Gold, it's the exact same thing that I mentioned there. With a little tweak, we are including Facebook Marketplace in this, and we're going to support any DMS in Gold. So Talon, CDK, anyone that you pick, we're going to support it if we can work with them, and we should be able to. There's very few that we can't work with in this industry. You also get to pick two of the tools that we mentioned. So like 360 walk around, and you could have chat, for example. Now in the Platinum package, which is the one we expect most Harley dealers to go for, we're going to give you access to everything we just mentioned in Gold, but pick three of these tools out. So with the pricing that we're giving you here, all of these packages really are great fits. But I think that the Platinum for sure for the value is going to be the #1 bang for your buck there. That's why we've got the beautiful best choice next to it there.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Tom and Ronnie. Dealers listening, I'd like to open it up for questions now. So again, if you have questions, open up your control panel by clicking on that orange arrow button in the corner. Scroll on down to the questions section. Go ahead and start submitting. Let's see if we've got a couple. All right, right out of the gate, I have a very eager dealer asking, I'd like to get started when I enroll. What can I expect to happen?
Yeah, absolutely. So the dealer enrollment period begins July 1st. From there, a representative of Dealer Spike will be in touch within 1 to 2 business days to discuss the next steps. So after you have enrolled, we will then be reaching out within 1 to 2 business days. Your complete Harley-Davidson program enrollment will take place over the course of several weeks while you take care of some website modifications, brand compliance, enable Talon lead routing, and a lot more.
Awesome, thanks for that. Tom, this is a great question for you. You mentioned the 30% lead increase. How can you guarantee that?
So when we go through and we bring a dealer over, the #1 thing we want to do to ensure that we can give you that increase in leads is we need your lead history from your current provider. So what we like to do is while we're transferring over, we'll get admin access to your current provider. We'll go in, we'll see how many leads you've had over. We'll go back as far as we can, but usually at least a calendar year, if not 2. And we'll take an average. We'll just say, hey, you guys have been averaging 15 leads a month in February. Our number to beat is, 3 more than that, if you will. If it's 100 leads, we need to get you 30 more leads. So we come into it with that mindset and that benchmarking of here's where you're at, here's our goal to beat. And then really it's just up to our platform. So by designing it properly, by going through and putting all the tags on your inventory, making sure that we go through and give you guys a proper send off, we usually see dealers see a 30% increase in leads. We see them jump a few spots in Google. These are all expected things within your first 30 days of being live on Dealer Spike.
Fantastic. I've got a dealer asking, do I have to use a Dealer Spike template, or can I keep my current custom website?
Yeah, absolutely. So Dealer Spike has Harley pre-approved templates available for you to start with. As an option, you may keep your custom website as long as it's in compliance with the latest Harley-Davidson guidelines, though.
Great question, dealer. All right, got another question regarding multi-location. This person's asking, can I use a single website for my multi-location? Pardon me, my multi-location dealership.
Yeah, that's a great question. Per Harley-Davidson's dealer website guidelines, each separate storefront should have their own unique URL. If there's questions around this, dealers are definitely encouraged to connect with their FSMs.
Great. Alrighty, let's grab a couple more. So I see a dealer asking, how will I know if my website's compliant?
Sure. So Dealer Spike has all the latest Harley-Davidson brand and website requirements. We walk you through any necessary changes that need to happen. During that enrollment period, it's our golden time to be able to go through and be able to make sure and cross off the list, all those different changes that we need to make. If we need to make any changes to the brand or website requirements, we'll ensure to walk you through that to make sure your website's compliant and that you're happy with all the changes that we've made.
Great. Okay. Let's see. I've got a dealer asking, what's the next steps? I mean, how do I enroll?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a couple of different ways. One, we should be able to go onto the Harley-Davidson website portal. There you'll see options for different providers. Simply when you go to you make a decision for a website, you'll see Dealer Spike's website packages. Simply click to enroll, and we'll make sure to take it from there. We also will have our account managers and sales team ready to help any dealership make the transition over to Dealer Spike as smooth and easy as possible.
Great, that's awesome. Well, thanks for your questions. I don't see any more coming in. We're gonna hop to the next slide then. So dealers, as we mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, we want to touch on some of the program benefits that you're honestly going to reap from the Harley-Davidson Digital Dealer Program. There are so many, so we summarized as best we could. But first and foremost, you're going to get a market-leading website. Our websites have been fully vetted and certified by Harley-Davidson. We are an industry-leading support. You probably recognize our names. We've been around. Harley-Davidson has been a partner of ours, and we've been working with them for many, many years now. We're providing flexible brand optimized platforms, from templates to designs. This is meant to help you sell more bikes, move more inventory, while also still being brand compliant with Harley-Davidson's brand guidelines. Through this program, there will be automatic model integration. So we saw the showroom, that would fall under that category where we receive updated model content so we can refresh the showroom. So your showroom's never out of date. Inside of the program, we'll be able to provide complete insight and show you how to continue your growth and increase your conversions. And last but definitely not least is that we're able to provide comprehensive analytics in real time inside of a dashboard. So actually be seeing in real time how your dealership's performing online. And then great question from the dealer before asking, how do I get started? So enrollment does begin July 1st. As Ronnie put it, you can hop into the Harley-Davidson digital dealer enrollment portal and select Dealer Spike. Following that, you'll be seated virtually with a personalized website consultation with one of our designers and a website project manager. Throughout the process, you're going to work with that dedicated website project manager until your website is completed. From there, we match you with a dedicated website and digital account manager. So that person's going to be with you from here on out after your website's been launched. And with that said, that brings us to the conclusion of our presentation today. I did want to say a special thank you to Harley-Davidson. We couldn't be more excited to be part of this program and give opportunities to our dealers and new dealers to join the Dealer Spike platform. Tom, Ronnie, thank you so much for speaking today, for being here and sharing more about our amazing solutions for dealers.
Thank you, Haley, and thanks for having us, everyone. And we look forward to working with all of you in the future and signing you all up.